Right, let's go. Hi guys, today we're going to talk about changing keys, okay? So basically everything we've done so far has been in the key of A, okay? What we're going to do is, for today, we're going to keep it relatively simple. We're just going to take the 12 bar and we're going to transpose it to the key of E, okay? So we're going to take our 12 bar and move it to E, and then we're going to have another. We're going to go through, you know, all the little bits basically. So the way it works is we've got, in the key of A, we've got A, 4 bars, 2 bars of D, 2 bars of A, a bar of E, bar of D, and a bar, 2 bars of A again. Okay? So what we need to do to transpose that to the key of E is basically we just use the same kind of thing, but in the key of E. Basically we just use the same sequence, that's what I'm trying to say, but in the key of E. So we know it's easy because we know we're going to start with E, okay? So if we start in the key of A and we start with A, if we're going to move to the key of E, we're going to have to start with E. So we've got 4 bars of E to start with it. So we know in this key in A, we just move down to D there. There's our second chord, but we can do the same with this E. We can just move down, and that's going to be A. 2 bars, then back to 2 bars of E. So that's pretty simple. All we've literally done is just moved everything up 1 string, and we've moved it to the key of E. So then we've got the tricky bit, because what we do if we're in the key of A is we then go up. Okay, we go up to the key of E. Now, but we can't do that for me. We can't, because we don't have enough strings. You know, we can do that bit, but we don't have the notes above, okay? So we're going to have to look at doing a different shape. So the way that you can work this out, if you're wanting to do it in any key, this is like the little trick, okay? So if you take your root note, in this case we've got an E, open E string, we can know the second chord is just going to be down a string, in this case an A, okay? To find the third chord, you take your second note and when you move 2 frets up, okay? So there's our open A, 2 frets up is here, and that's a B note. So we know that the final chord is going to be a B. Now I'll show you how that works here. If I do it an A, got my open A string, then I've got my second chord D, and then if I move up 2 frets, this note is E. So those are my 3 chords in the key of A, okay? So that's how we can do it, and we can do that for any key. But for today, we're just going to concentrate on the key of E, okay? I will show you in a subsequent lesson how that works for every single key, and you can find the 3 chords that you use in a 12 bar very, very easily using that sequence. Today, the main thing for you guys to practice is to practice this shape of doing a blues. Okay, so this is going to be a B, and this is going to be the third chord in the sequence in the key of E. Okay, so it's going to be a B chord, okay? So that's how we found it. Open E is the first one, A is the second chord, go back to E, then we're going to go to B. So what we do here is we're going to play 2nd fret A string with our first finger, that's a B note. Then we're going to stretch, this is the tough bit. We're going to play 4th fret D string with our middle finger, so we have this stretch. Now some people want to do it like this. The reason I want to do it with my middle finger, not my ring finger, is because I've got a lot more movement between my middle finger and my pinky than I would between my ring finger and my pinky. Because they have the same tendon down here, it's very difficult to move them independently. So it's very difficult to stretch them apart. But obviously between these 2 fingers I've got loads of stretch, you see. So that is basically why we do it. We prefer to do it with our middle finger and not our ring finger there, okay? So if I'm playing a power chord, I'll do it like this. But if I'm playing a blues, I'll do it like this. So 2nd fret A string, 4th fret D string with my middle finger, and then 6th fret D string with my pinky. And again, we're going to do the same sequence. It's just going to be 2 there, and then 2 with my pinky on. It's just going to be 1 bar as well, then we're back to A, then we're back to E. Okay, so let me just play through the 12 bar in the key of E then. So E to start with, 4 bars. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and then to A. Back to E, and then to B, A, E, and then start again. Okay, so that's the key of E, the 12 bar. So the main thing, as I say, for you guys to practice here, nice short lesson, because all I really want you to practice is to get used to this stretch, because this is the one we're going to use for everything. So if we're doing it in the key of G, it's going to be that same shape. So we're learning this shape. Now most people, if they do it naturally, when they teach themselves, will do it like this. And as I said before, that's not optimal. Now if you have giant fingers, you can probably get away with it 9 times out of 10. But for most normal human beings with normal sized fingers, that's how we want to do it. First finger, middle finger, pinky. Okay, so the main thing there is just to practice through the 12 bar in the key of E, going from E to A, back to E, and then to B, A, E. And obviously you can even move the little walk down. Okay, so that's another little trick, and we're going to go through more of that next time, where we're going to move those licks we've learnt to the key of E, okay? But for now, that's the main thing. Practice the 12 bar in the key of E, and particularly concentrate on practicing this stretch, because it's not the most comfortable stretch, and hopefully it will start to get you used to stretching your fingers, particularly this stretch here. First finger, middle finger. I try not to swear, do peace sign instead. First finger, middle finger stretch, okay? That's really what we're aiming to improve here. But we've also transcribed it to the key of E. Next lesson we're going to talk about moving all our licks to the key of E, and then we're going to talk in more general about just how we can play a 12 bar in any key after that, okay, and how we can play the licks in any key after that. But we're going to concentrate on the key of E first, okay? So hopefully that all makes sense. Nice short lesson this week, but actually if you are learning to play the blues, this is a huge step, and it might be physically quite difficult for you. I know that a couple of my students really struggle with this aspect of it. It just physically struggle with it, okay? So take your time with this. You don't want it to hurt. It might ache, but it shouldn't be sharp pain, okay? If it aches, just shake it off, stop for a bit, rest your hand a bit, and then go back to it, okay? If you ever have sharp pain, just stop. And don't go back to it for a couple of hours, you know? Just really let your hand rest a bit, okay? Anyway, hopefully none of you will have that kind of problem. And I will see you guys soon. So next week, as I said, we're going to be moving the licks and that turnaround to the key of E. And hopefully it will become more and more obvious how we're moving the key with all these things. Yeah, please, as usual, please like the video. Please comment at the bottom. Please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys soon for more blues. Bye bye.